You have been in the news a bit of late with all this retro TNA talk.
Sure, yeah. I try to stay as relevant in wrestling as I can at all times, yeah.
And sometimes what's old is new, and this retro show, who do you got to pitch that to? Because I have heard it was your idea.
Okay, I'm glad, because I'll for sure not get any credit for it, which is totally okay. I'm just happy that it's happening as a fan of TNA. But there was a period of time this year where I did a weekly Twitch show for Impact Wrestling where we watched old wrestling. And it was old wrestling that was on their app, the Impact Plus app. Check it out. It's $7.99 a month. It is a very good app. I use it all the time. Which, by the way, by the time this interview comes out, the Throwdown Throwback show is probably available on that app right now. That whole episode of Impact is very fun, yeah. So if you haven't seen it, that's a really easy way to check it out. There's a free trial too, so you can also just watch the show like that. But so we did the weekly Twitch show, myself, Josh Alexander, and we're both huge fans, and we had Scott D'Amore on one week. And during that week, I just figured I'd push the envelope. Like, when the cameras are on, everyone becomes, a little bit more accepting to crazy ideas because they know that people are watching. So I kind of started pushing, hey, when are we going to do King of the Mountain match?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you got to do it at Alpha 1 first. Now we're doing that, December 15th in Hamilton, Ontario. King of the Mountain match is coming to Hamilton and Alpha 1. But I said, let's do a throwback show WrestleMania weekend. Yeah. And I pressed the issue. And eventually they announced it during Bound for Glory weekend, which is hilarious because it was like a rib on me. I left early because there was no call time or they didn't specify how late we had to stay. It was do the meet and greet, check out as much of the show as you want, and head back to the hotel. The next day was the pay-per-view, so they allowed us that time to relax. And we drove, so it was it was funny because Scott texted me after, and he's like, did you miss it? And I go, miss what? He goes, check your phone. So I looked at my phone, and everyone was going crazy that there's going to be a TNA show. So